All right, so this is going to be a 0-day bonus gear video. As you know, I'm kind of getting ready to go into the Smokies, and I don't think there's going to be a lot of service up there, so I think it's going to be really difficult to upload any videos. So I figured I'd go ahead and just do like a kind of a little gear video, kind of go over some of the things that I've been using and what I've liked, and just kind of schedule that so there'll be something during the days that I'm in the Smokies. So without further ado, I'm going to talk about a little bit of gear. So I had someone ask me, what is one piece of gear that that you couldn't do without? And so I guess my answer to that is all of it. But one that's kind of been very important every step of the way have been these trekking poles. I've seen maybe one or two hikers trying to do this without trekking poles, and I honestly cannot imagine doing it without these trekking poles. It is very rare that I'm just carrying them. They've ups and downs, they've helped tremendously. So they've been incredible. You notice this little orange twist tie thing at the bottom? I got that to kind of do some different things with my phone, so that I could attach it to the hiking pole and kind of make like a selfie stick, and then I can also like wrap the phone around a tree and do some videos that way. But honestly, like, it takes a lot of time, and I don't have a lot of time when I'm trying to do 16 miles. So I haven't used it as much, but it's cool. It's cool to have it when I do want to use it. All right, next piece of gear that I would not ever want to be without, and a lot of people consider these luxury items. Most people have some sort of camp shoe. But some people don't, like the ultralighters. They just use their regular shoes and they just loosen them up at night. But these are essential for me. I take off my shoes, slip these on, and they are amazing. Just walking around camp, or when I'm soaking my feet in the creek, or just relaxing, or around town. Highly recommend. They're 9 ounces. They're the Birkenstock, the EVA kind of compound material, but yeah, they're amazing. I highly recommend. All right, next piece of gear that I highly recommend is this Catadine Be-Free water filter. This is probably maybe second most popular on the trail. The Sawyer filter is by far the most popular one, but I really like this one. I am team Be-Free all the way. You just unscrew the cap here, and then you got this bag, and you just fill up the dirty water in here, and you screw the cap back on. The filter is right here, and you just squeeze this into your water bottle. Makes it super easy. The water flow is incredibly fast, much faster than the Sawyer Squeeze. It doesn't get clogged up as easy. To me, it's just quicker, easier. I would never use a Sawyer Squeeze. I ran into a German guy that was hiking, and he was using the Be-Free, and he said, yeah, I used a Sawyer Squeeze. It's garbage. So Be-Free, can't recommend it enough. All right, next piece of gear that I highly recommend and have thoroughly enjoyed is this sit pad. I have a camp chair back home, weighs about 1 pound, which is 1 pound more than I want to carry. This thing weighs about 2 ounces, and it's really all, hold on, let me open it up. Yeah, I think it weighs about 2 ounces, and it's all that you need. So it's got so many uses, but just, you know, if you take a break, if you're sitting on a logs, they're always damp, or even the picnic tables that you come across, they're always damp. So you've got this to sit down on. It's not very thick, but it is a comfortable little seat. You can also use it right outside your tent as kind of like keep the dirt out, and like a little place for you to take off your shoes before you step into the tent. You can also use it as a little bit of extra insulation for like underneath your pad if it's really cold at night. You can also use it around your camp stove as like a windscreen. So if it's windy really bad, you can put this kind of around your camp stove as you're cooking, and it'll block the wind. So tons of uses. You know, primary use is a sit pad, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Totally worth the 2 ounce weight. All right, next piece of gear I can't do without my shoes. So these are the Topo Athletic Ultra Venture 2. They're a 5mm drop, which is just like the drop from the forefoot down to the heel. So there's a 5mm drop. They're very cushiony, and they have a wide, roomy toe box, so they're a big volume shoe, so they can kind of expand out. I bought a size 11 and a half. I've worn a 10 or 10 and a half all my life, but I've worked, you know, office jobs sitting behind a desk for 30 years and wore these, you know, tight little dress shoes, and my feet were always fine. I bought 11 and a half in these in order to allow my toes to have room to not bump up against the edge here as I'm walking downhill. Well, my feet have grown to the size that they have outgrown this shoe. I got sized at Outdoor 76, and the guy said you're a size 12 all day. So I've basically gone from a size 10 and a half to a 12 in a couple weeks out here on the trail. Yeah, I've got big old hobbit feet now. So I'm having trouble fitting in these now. I'm having trouble getting them tied. I have to unloosen them so much in order to fit my feet in them. So I'm gonna pick up some 12s at some point, but I wanna try and stretch and get a few more miles out of these because they are really good shoes. I'll probably try and go in with this same model again. Definitely enjoyed them. They've done really well. All right, next up, I'm gonna dip into my electronics bag. So I've had a lot of people ask me, you know, how I was keeping my phone charged. Basically, I keep my phone on airplane mode pretty much throughout the whole day. You know, I just take pictures with it on airplane mode. I usually flip over when I get up on ridges just to check text messages, just make sure I haven't missed anything important from the family. But I keep it on airplane mode most of the day, and that really kind of conserves the battery. But then when I do need to charge it up, I've got this Nightcore power bank. It is a 10,000 milliamp power bank, and it is made of carbon fiber. It weighs 5.8 ounces, so it's super lightweight, and I think it'll charge my phone 3 times. I've only had to use it like out on trail without having to come in to a, you know, power source twice. So I know it'll at least charge my phone twice, but it's been good. It's super lightweight, and yeah, it's charged up my electronics well. All right, next pieces of gear, I'm gonna dip into this little hip pouch right here that's on my backpack, if I can open it one-handed while filming. So in here, I've got my headlamp, and this is also by Nightcore. This is the NU25. It's got a white light right here, and then it's got a red light right here. So this has really been essential in the mornings when you're trying to pack up. Usually get up around 5:30 or 6 and start packing up. And if I'm in a shelter, you know, there's other people there sleeping, and so you can just turn on the red light, and then it's less offensive to people in their eyes. But this has been a great little piece of gear. It comes with this little shock cord. This is actually a modification, but it actually makes it a little bit lighter having this little shock cord. A lot of times I'll wear this to bed, and I'll just put it around my neck, and that way I'm not fumbling around in the dark trying to find where it is. But it's been awesome. All right, I just noticed Wolfie is down there. He's looking at some papers. That's one of the guys I've been hiking with. Say hey, Wolfie. Yo. He's a good dude. All right, one other piece of essential gear that's also in this hip belt pocket is my Swiss Army knife. Use this every day, all the time. The best feature it has is this are the scissors. I get all these like drink pouches, the coffee singles, Slim Jims. All those things are really tricky to try and open. Yeah, they just don't open well. But you got these scissors, you can just get right into them. It's also got the fingernail clipper attachment here too. So that's been really handy to have all that right here. It's also my protection because it's got the knife right there. So love this Swiss Army knife. It's been essential. All right, piece of clothing gear that's been really key have been these Injinji toe sock liners. So one day I didn't wear these for about 3 hours. I started off without them. I was like, oh, I've been doing great. I don't have any blisters. I don't need them. Didn't wear them one day for about 3 hours and got blisters on 2 toes and both heels. So needless to say, I've worn the liners every day since then. I have 2 pairs of these liners. I prefer this pair a little bit more than the other pair. They're just a little bit softer. But yeah, they've got the little individual toes, and they keep you from getting blisters on your toes. So key piece of clothing gear. All right, another piece of gear that I've really enjoyed has been my cook system. So I'm using the Jet Boil Stash, and so it all kind of breaks down into this one little pot. This is the pot, and the lid flips open, and you got this nice little neoprene orange that never gets so hot. You can always handle it. And then the lid contains the lighter, and then you flip it over, and there's the fuel stove. The fuel just pops off the lid, and you got your lighter right there. And then inside of the pot, just nested in there, is the actual stove part of the burner. So this just flips open right here, and then these little legs just slip apart. Here, there it is, opened up with the 3 legs, and then that just screws onto the gas stove right there, and then the pot just sits on top of it. It is super efficient, and it boils incredibly fast. I've been highly impressed with it. It's lightweight, and it works really well. All right, I talked about the toe sock liners, but I'd be remiss to not mention the socks that go over top of these. These are the Darn Tough socks. They have a lifetime guarantee. They're merino wool, some percentage of merino wool and nylon mix, but they've got some cushion to them. They don't shift around. There's no seams. Super comfortable. And like I said, they have a lifetime warranty. They will replace them if you get a hole in them. So I cannot recommend these enough. Great socks. All right, one piece of gear that I know you've seen plenty of because I'm in it every day. I'm like a cartoon character wearing the same thing over and over. But this is my Patagonia sun hoodie. It's super lightweight, it's super soft. It wicks away moisture really well, which is great for me because I sweat a ton. And it dries really fast. It's got the hood part, which kind of, helps with blocking the sun. I know you've seen me in this plenty, but it's got the long sleeves, which is helpful. It's a perfect weight. So yeah, I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Definitely like this shirt, and it's a good thing because I'm in it every day. All right, next piece of gear are these Patagonia shorts. Obviously wearing these every day as well. They've got the built-in liner, which is really helpful. They've got pockets on both sides and one pocket in the back. So extremely comfortable, again, lightweight, and they dry super quick. So been very pleased with these as well. All right, so that was just a quick little bonus video to try and fill in the gaps as I go into the Smokies, and I know I'm gonna be lacking in service. So I wanted to put something that I could do right now while I was at the lodge and kind of schedule it, so it'll go up kind of maybe during that time. And hopefully some of that was informative or interesting. So if you got any questions or comments about anything, by all means let me know. Shoot a comment below. If you got questions about what I'm using or the choices I've made or anything like that, just happy to hear from you. Yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, and like I said, thanks for following along. If you hadn't hit the subscribe button, you might want to do it because you might miss some good videos. I'm gonna have some good views coming up. Talk to you soon.